Wisteria, czyli po polsku glicinia, piękne pnącze ogrodowe, kwitnące wiosną.
Wisteria is a beautiful garden climber flowering in spring, typically in May. There are cultivars of all kinds of colour. To ensure abundant flowering, strong pruning is required. The basic pruning is performed in summer, at the end of July or the beginning of August. It benefits the plant in two ways. First of all, it ensures access of light to the underneath shoots and leaves by cutting back the strong shoots that block the sun rays. Deprived of sunlight, the leaves couldn't produce carbohydrates necessary for developing flowers. The other task is to encourage the flower buds setting in September, so that they develop in spring of the following year. Here's a 5 to 6 years old wisteria. It undergoes hard pruning every summer. The complementary pruning is performed in late winter, early spring, to enhance the flowering. If there are too many new shoots, we can perform additional light pruning. In June, we removed about 10 such strong growing shoots. But the basic pruning should occur at the end of July or the beginning of August. Now we're removing the overgrown shoots that shade those at the back. New shoots, this year's growth, are cut back above the fourth bud or the fourth leaf. This will encourage the flower buds setting. Late in winter or in early spring, when the buds are visibly swollen, we cut back these shoots above the second or third bud. This will limit the number of flower buds and strengthen the remaining buds, which will develop in large, opulent inflorescences. Let's get back to pruning. I'm cutting back this whole shoot. This one regrows from the base. I'm going to cut it back right above the ground. This is a root sucker that thickens the plant unnecessarily. This plant has been propagated vegetatively from cuttings. Therefore, every root sucker is of the original cultivar. It's possible to turn one of them into a new plant or train it to the side. In a plant propagated by grafting, the root suckers would belong to the root stock derived from a seedling. Those wouldn't develop nice flowers, and they all need to be removed. The plants resulting from those suckers could dominate the original cultivar. I can see more suckers here, and I'm going to get rid of them all. I don't want them to grow here, as they'd thicken the plant, but as I said, they're all pure line due to the fact that this specimen was raised from a cutting. We can see a clematis intermingled with our wisteria. I often train one climber over another to create an attractive sight at different times of the year. This sweet summer love, a summer clematis, makes up for the time when wisteria isn't blooming. It contributes both scent and flowers. Shoots like this one growing from the base are useless. I'm going to cut them back and pull out of the tangle. I'm trying not to bare the plant too much, so I'm leaving some of the foliage to keep it attractive, but a slight reduction will ensure light and air access. It improves ventilation and access of light, making the leaves greener. They won't turn yellow now. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to prune the top of the plant. The wisteria is trained along a horizontal support attached to the wall. Horizontal training encourages blooming. So if it's only possible, we should train the shoots to the sides. It can also be trained over arbors and trellises. Let's move to the top of the plant. I'm cutting back the shoots that we don't need. Here at the top, such strangly shoots can appear, just like at the base. They're called whips. They should be removed too. I'm going to ask for help. Mr. Dariusz Wuczak is my collaborator. If there's any fruit left, we cut it off. This is Ludwig Lavin cultivar, but prolific, and other cultivars can yield some flowers again in summer. That is, assuming they were correctly pruned in spring. These flowers are not as numerous as in May, but still, they're a pleasant sight. We've left out some shoots here in the corner. We want to train this plant around the building, at least to the middle of this wall, or maybe to the end. Wisteria can be trained horizontally up to 10 meters. It's ready for blooming season. It's going to look beautiful in May. It's recommendable to paint the larger cuts over. I've got Santar paint here, but emulsion paint with an addition of fungicide will work just as well. You can also buy a special plant in a garden centre. It's better to secure the cuts. They'll heal better and faster. Actually, this wisteria is ready. It's going to wait for the spring to bring an abundance of flowers in May.